standard, second difficulty in Subway Mayhem, and this setup will be a lot quicker, a lot more efficient, since if you've seen last video, one grid challenge, but if you didn't, it's fine, because these are different difficulties, and so it doesn't really matter which video you choose, as long as in the future, if you're interested in this game, then you would choose the video that requires difficulty. Hopefully this video would be a lot quicker, because the station randomization will be a lot more efficient. And yeah, I'll just get to the setup. So step 1, out of the 9 grids, you would choose the 4 in your liking. Out of the 9 grids, listing A through J, 1 through 10. All the grids, like I said, have different rivers and different grid patterns in terms of where these rivers are placed. This time, you can choose the grid placement. Instead of being a 2x2, it could be like a T. It could be like a T, like basically any shape of these grids. It could be a T, it could be a straight line, it could be a zigzag, however you like. But the setup is still the same. So how this would be set up, I'm gonna start with the zigzag for the station setup, just in case of those who are interested in weird shapes for this setup. So first you would choose your players, like I did last video, but if you haven't watched last video, it's fine, because I'm gonna re-say the same rules over and over again for each difficulty in each video I put out, because it would just be easier for me to explain everything so that you as viewers can probably understand. So first is the player sheet. Like last video, the first one, I'm doing 4 players. Player 1, blue green. Player 2, orange green. Player 3, black green. Player 4, purple green. And so, yeah, first is grid setup, or grid choosing, grid setup and location. And what did I say? 3 is the player sheet, and yeah, the player sheet, and then the difficulty, which is standard mode, or the standard difficulty. To set up the stations is, so there's 5 stations for week 1. Goes by random. So I have 2x, 4x, 6 square, 10 square, 12 star. Okay. To set up the station with a zigzag, what would that look like? It's gonna be instead of using, actually no, that would probably confuse people. So for this setup, it's just only gonna require 2 D10s that have all 10 sides, 1 through 10, 1 through 10. For the first roll, for the first station, 2x, you're going to start from the top left corner, and you're going to go right. So top left, right, and then from up to down the same grid. So 2x, I'm going to roll the dice. I got 14, so I'm going to count 14 from left to right. It's going to be like, yeah, so it's going to end up here, and then from, 14, so like left to right, and then count forward to left for the second grid. and then roll again for the same station to go down the grid. So this time I got 15. There we go. It's that simple. And then yeah, same thing. 7. Down again. 12. 5. For 6 square. And then down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as you can see, even though the zigzag, there's like there's still stations here and stations here. The roll count, how the roll function works is, even if you roll like high, the stations will end up on this side, and if you roll low, the stations will end up on this side. So the station randomization will still access all stations. And once again, if a station lands on a river during a roll, like the second roll, to when you roll for the station to go down on the grid, and if it lands on a river tile, then you have to reset both dice rolls. So for the zigzag, that is how you do dice roll, and as you can see, it at least reached 3 of the grids. This will obviously be more difficult just by the shape, and now I will do the T, like if you want to do a T. I'm gonna reset these. The same order, least to greatest, 2x, 4x, 6 square, 10 square, 12 triangle, or 12 star, least to greatest. And so, okay, now my first roll, left to right, I got a 10, but since the max is 10, and I'm rolling two dice of 10. This time I only roll 1 dice of 10 to go down the grid, and I perfectly matched with 10. The very bottom corner. Okay. Now that I reach on this side of the grid, each grid is a 10 by 10. So instead of rolling 2 10s, this time I'll be rolling 3 10s to possibly make it to the last grid, just in case if I roll it. And I have not met it, but I still reached the second grid. 6. Barely made it on. Okay. And then roll 2 dice of 10 again to go from left to right. So this time I still stay on this side of the grid. And then roll 1d10, which I got a 6. There we go. And then same for 10 square. This time I'm on this side of the grid, and then I gotta roll 3 dice of 10 this time. Okay, 17. Yeah, I got it. 17, and then my last station. I got 16. And then down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is pretty devastating. There's a station way up here on this grid, and the rest of them are down here. So the difficulty, because of this shape, is also just as hard to even try to maintain these stations, I guess. So now that the T is done, I'm going to have to explain the straight line, the 4 straight lines, because it's pretty straightforward. So if these stations are like a straight line, a 10 by 40, it would be one roll, 1d10 from left to right, and then 4 rolls, 4 dice of 10 to go from up to down, because each grid is a 10 by 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And now, but for this particular video, it's just going to be a 2 by 2, 20 by 20 grid, just to keep things simple. And the majority of those who are probably interested in this game would most likely just choose a standard 2 by 2 grid, just because of the simplicity. So Station 2, Station 4, Station 6, Station 10, and 12. So 2 X's, I have to get these out, the symbols to go to each station tile number. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12. Station 2 have an X. Station 4 also an X. Station 6 and 10 have squares. Remember, all the station tiles from left to right has to be from least to greatest, so it'll be 2, 4, 6, 10, 12. And 12 will have a star. And now I will be getting into the station randomization. This time will just require 2 dice, pretty simple, 2 d10s, 2x, like I explained, with the different station shapes. This one is like really simple. So just roll the 2 d10s from left to right. You count. This one is 14, 9 and 5. So count from left to right, 14 spaces. So this is 10, and then I count 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the first roll, and then from this space, the 14th space, from left to right, I'm going to have to roll again, and this is a 12, 5 and 7, and now I'm going to be rolling down the grid. So the first roll is from left to right, the second roll is down the grid. So I rolled a 12, so I'm going to count 12. So this is a 10 by 10 grid. So there's already 10, and then 1, 2. But since it landed in a river, I have to reset both rolls. So reset, this is the 10 this time, and then down the grid from this number 1, 2, 3, 4, it is safe to place on this grid, on this spot. You have to do with all 5 stations. I'll let six, and then 7. I mean, what do you know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's crazy. Okay. So 11 down the grid 4 times. Boom. 7 from left to right. Or, yeah, from your perspective, when you will be rolling the dice, this is what it looks like. From your perspective, top left corner, left to right, up to down from the same space you landed on, going left to right. So the first roll was 13. Second roll down is going to be 3. Yep. That's station. Now it's going to be the resources. The resource, how this works is the same. Like if you watched first video, then you would understand. But if you didn't, that's completely fine. I'm going to re-explain all the rules for each individual video. And so after the station, like when you choose your station, when you like rotate your stations however you like, what shape of the I don't know, station, grid, choose your grids, rotate the grids however you like, make it into any shape however you like. Second, station randomization, and the station tiles to match these stations on the board. And the third one is to choose like each, like look at the player sheet, how many players are playing this game, and then each player will choose their subway according to the difficulty sheet. And yeah, that's the third one. And the fourth one is resources. Each person gets 8 resource cards. The resource cards are blue, orange, green, black, and purple. And which are if there's 5 resource cards, then obviously there's going to be 5 different subway colors, and each subway colors have their own ability, and each ability is used once a week, and the turn system goes by days. So the first week, player 1 is Monday, player 2 is Tuesday. No, what am I saying? Player 1 is Monday, player 2 is Tuesday, player 3 is Wednesday, player 3 is Wednesday, player 4 is Thursday, then player 1 goes back to Friday, player 2 Saturday, player 3 Sunday, and then week 2, player 4 is Monday. So each turn is a day, which adds up to a week. Each week increasingly gets harder and more difficult. And to win the game as a team, because this game is co-op, which obviously you're playing against the game, then by week 5 on Sunday, if you have succeeded as a team, you guys win. But if the game beats you, like you guys can't keep up maintaining these stations and randomizing these people and all that stuff, then the game basically wins. obviously. So the fourth one, the fourth, what was I gonna say? The fourth step to take is, like I said, resource. So each player gets 4 resource cards, or 8 resource cards. Okay, and then once you set up resources, there's going to be a pool of resource cards, a 2x3 pool, which is 6 in total. 6 in total. Probably won't get to see it, but if you look at the first video, there's a clear visual of what the pool looks like. So player 1 has to randomize 8 people to these stations. And player 1 is Monday. And so player 1, when they randomize the people, there will be 6 symbols: X, circle, square, rhombus, triangle, star. But the station setup only has 3 variables: X, square, and star. So you're going to count up to 8 people. And when you pull these people, in this case, if you pull a circle, rhombus, and triangle, then we have to discard them until you pull the people that we see in front of us. So if you pull star or X square star, then you have to keep these to randomize. But if you pull circle, rhombus, triangle, then those must be discarded because they don't match the stations that are on the grid. Okay. To randomize these stations, to randomize the people to the stations, it's going to require a 1 dice of 6. Each station, there's a station roll sheet. Depending on the number of stations placed in front of you, there's going to be an amount of dice to use. So in this case, if there's only 4 stations, then you'll be rolling a 1 dice of 4. If there's 5 stations, or 5 to 6 stations, then you'll be rolling a 1 dice of 6. If you have stations 7 to 8, then you'll be rolling a 1 dice of 6 plus a 1 dice of 2. And so it continues to stations, not like 9 stations, like these tiles in front of you, 9 to 10, then it would be 1 dice of 6 plus a 1 dice of 4, or you could just use a 1 dice of 10, which continues, 8 to 9, okay, never mind, just a 1 dice of 10, because there's 16 max, so when it goes up by 2, your roll count would match. I'm just gonna randomize these people. So each individual roll will randomize each individual one person. So, least to greatest, left to right, is the first space you'll start. So roll to 2. So go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, since star matches with star on this station, it's gonna bounce over one time to the left. No, to the right. In your perspective, it'll be to the right. So left, and then if it matches the same station, it goes to the right. No. Yeah. Okay, never mind. 4. And then I rolled a 1. So it can't, obviously, like last time, X cannot match with X. So it needs to bounce over 1. But, like again, X cannot match with X. So it's going to have to keep bouncing over until it's not the same variable. Let's save. Let's save. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, player 1, week 1, Monday. Two abilities. The first one is blue and green. And so when you have these 8 resource cards, you have to see what colors you need. What colors the first player needs is blue and green resource cards out of the 8. So you're going to see what you have. So he has 3 blue and no greens. He only player 1 only has 2 black. Yeah, 2 black resources, 2 purple resources, and 1 orange resource. And we can't use these colors because we don't have it on player 1. And since we don't have 3 blue, during the first turn, you can get rid of up to 4 resource cards that you don't need. So in this case, it's going to get rid of 2 black subway rails for resources and 2 orange subway resources. You get rid of them, and then from the 6th pool, we can grab whatever color we need, which in this case there's 5 green and there's 1 black subway rail. So in this case, we're going to pull from the pool of 6. Now we have 5 green. Never mind. I have to put 1 green back because I have 3 blue, 4 green subway resources, and 1 purple, which adds up to 8 in total. And then after that, I'm going to have to refill in the pool of 6 cards for the next player to pull from. Now I will turn in these 5, or no, oh my gosh, turn in these 3 blue resource cards for the physical tile to place on these individual grids. Turn this in and get 3 tiles. And then as for my green ones, I have 5 green tiles. which I would just after this, after I turn these subway, oh my gosh, you know what? After I turn these 5 green subway resources for 10 rails, I'm going to explain each ability. Okay. Oh yeah. Ability 1, blue. Normally, each, I'm just gonna place them down. The tiles so that the subway can move on. And then I'm gonna turn in my two bridges. I'm gonna turn my 2 bridges for the 2 physical bridge tiles. And you would have to place these 2 bridges on the river tiles, which is colored in. Okay. 2x. Not bad at all. Okay. So, now that these tiles have officially connected from one station to the other using these tiles, you have to place on the physical piece, the physical subway train onto the grid, onto the tile. You can, when you freshly place down the piece, you can place the subway train wherever you like on your colored tile in your liking. Your goal is to sort out these people. So if you can see, station 4 needs to get to station 12 for star, and station 12 needs to get to station X or 2, because station 12 has one person, and that variable is X. So each variable is a person that has a symbol. Like, one person is station X. Oh my gosh. One person is X, circle, and yeah, each symbol of these 6 symbols is different people, which you need to sort out to each station. So the first one I'm placed on blue, and so now I'm going to explain each ability. So the subway train blue, normally you would roll a 2 dice of 10 or 1d2 if I one day make that. You roll these 2, and so in total I rolled a 9 and an 8, so I got 17. With blue, I can roll, or I can move 17 moves as long as it's on the blue tile. These stations don't count as a space, so the only moves that count is on the blue tiles. First for the blue subway. But the ability allows you to roll 3 dice of 10. So normally each other color would roll 2d10s to try to maximize your move count by 20. But for the blue ability,
you can possibly maximize your moves by 30 moves. So instead of, I guess, yeah, it's like possibility, but you can roll either really high, or your chances might be just 10 moves. I mean, and then orange. The orange ability allows you to choose from the Subway Market Monday early game. Oh yeah, each, I keep like getting sidetracked. The first ability, blue, is called Dice with Distance because you can increase your move count to maximize by 30 moves by dice roll. Second ability name is Glitching the System because every Monday, new week, starting week 2, you can open or it's just automatic, but Subway Market Monday, meaning every Monday you get to choose buffers or more ability cards by flipping over 3 and choosing one of the 3 choices. It happens every Monday, upcoming Monday. But this one, orange, you could just choose one buffer early game week 1. But you can only use one ability of the colors you have once each week. Green, I did this earlier. Normally when I turn in the blue for the physical rails, I turn in 3 blue for 3 rails. For green, I could have a choice. Earlier I had 5 greens. I could have had the choice to just turn in the 5 greens for 5 green tiles for the subway to be placed on, or I can use the ability, the multiplier, that's what it's called, to multiply each resource by 2. So for the blue, each resource was by 1. That's why I got 3 tiles of blue for 3 resources. And instead of getting 5 green tiles for 5 green resources, I can multiply it by 2 and get double amount of tiles I turn in for the resources. So in this case, 1 resource green equals 2 resource tiles. 2 resource greens equals 4 green tiles for me to place on the physical board. So therefore I had 5 resource greens, and I used my multiplier ability for green that only works on green tiles for 10 tiles that I was able to place on here. And now I can place down my green subway piece and place it anywhere on the green tiles according to my advantage. So I'm gonna go to station. I'm gonna go to station 6 for green. And for blue, I just stayed at station 12. One more function of the game. Before each turn, before each dice roll to move your physical subway piece you may destroy and rebuild um, these tiles, which is your subway rail that your subway train moves on. And you know what? I'm gonna have to look back real quick. I'm gonna have to look back real quick. So low-key kind of forgot. Okay, yeah. When destroying and rebuilding, yeah. Once. So it can only. Okay, I'm glad I made that. So it only happened to one color. So you can either choose, oh, I want to break or destroy my rail on one color and rebuild it on one color of the two I have, or I could just leave it. So obviously it's a choice. My first roll, after when I roll my 2d10s to roll one of my subways, I rolled a 6 and a 7, so I have 13 moves, and I can choose, do I want my 13 moves to be used on my blue subway train or my green subway train. In this case, since it's a high move count, out of the 20 moves I could have rolled, I'm going to choose my green one. So I'm going to see. From 6, I can see I have 1 star and 2 X's. Each starting subway capacity is 4, and each station capacity is 10. So in the beginning, when you randomize the people to each stations, the max capacity for each individual station is 10. The moment if you randomize the people and it reaches past the number 10, 11, 12, 13, then you lose the game. But if you roll and the person lands on the 10th person in the station, then you stay safe. And yeah, and each subway train has, starting capacity is 4. So in this case, I'll pick up 2x, 1 star. With these 13 moves, I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop off these 2 X's to the station return room, and that's because I had 2 X's and the tile that's right next to the 2X station, I basically dropped it off. And then I'm gonna continue 6, 7, and pick up from station 10 1 star and drop it off to 12, and then drop it off here, and then I'm basically right next to station 12. I'm gonna pick up this 1x and then go over to 10, and that is literally my max moves. I use all 13 moves, and now I can store these 3 X's in my my capacity 4 green station arms. Put my 3 X's in my green train. My second roll has to be for my blue train, which I rolled an 18, which is unfortunate because I could have used that for my green one, but that's fine. So 12, 10, and 2 literally had nothing. So that literally ends my turn. So player 1 is done for Monday. Player 2 goes to Tuesday. And once again, randomize these people to each station. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be discard and then roll once again. Two, three, four, 5, 6. But because this is an X or a square and a square, and another square, I have to bounce over once again. Okay. Now, player 2 goes through the same processes. This time, player 2 has orange subway train and a green subway train. So that out of the 8 resource cards they have, they only need orange and green. So by the looks of it, they only have two orange resources, and then they can get rid of up to 4 resource colors that they do not need. Put in the discard and either grab from the pool or grab from the stack and refill it up to 8. In this case, it would just be best if I get green. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So it looks like we're gonna turn in one green resource for one green tile, and then 4 orange resources for orange, or for 4 orange tiles. Okay. To show you the orange ability, I'm going to, which I can only use once per week out of the 2 abilities each player has. So player 1 used the green ability to multiply the tiles for green, and player 2 is going to use orange ability to pull 1 buffer from the subway market Monday. And so I can get early access to it before week 2 Monday comes up. I can pull 1 buffer, and the buffer I get is rhombus, station rhombus plus 5. I'm gonna have to keep it because I can't put it in any of these stations because none of these stations is rhombus. So I'm basically have to hold on to this rhombus plus 5 station until week 2. I could possibly pull a rhombus station to randomize on the board, which will allow me to put a rhombus down there, and then I can play this card to increase the capacity by 5. But so now I'm going to break this green tile. I'm just gonna put it anywhere on the grid as long as it's not connecting to any stations. It's fine. This subway train obviously can't use this station as a space just because it's like floating out there on the grid. And then I'm gonna place these 4 orange tiles connecting 6 square to 4x, which I can't do just quite yet. It looks like once again just gonna have to roll for green. I rolled a 11. So I'm gonna get these 3 stars. 1, drop it off at 12 star. Grab these 2 squares. 2, drop it off at 10. And then that's my turn for player 2. Oh, I'm gonna turn in these 2 bridge cards for the 2 physical tiles. And you know what? I'll just place them right here. Now it's Wednesday, player 3's turn. Same thing. Randomize up to 8 people. Four, 3, 1, 6, 5, 6, bounce over, 4, 6, 1, bounce over. I never fully explained the rest of the abilities. Actually, I got sidetracked. So like I said, blue does the 3 dice of distance. Orange does glitch in the system, pull from an early access subway market Monday buffer pull. The multiplier, multiply these rails by 2 if you use the green ability. The black one is the ability is you are able to open a whole stock market, which I have like a packet. This one I'm not gonna be able to explain just cause how confusing like how a whole stock market works. I'm gonna have to explain that another time. But yeah, you can open the stock market, and this is the absolute only ability you can only use. If you own the the black ability subway card, then that's the only ability you can use. As in, you can't, like, even if you don't have the stock market open, you can't use any other ability. So you can have like a second color, but you can only basically use the train, and that's it. Or if you have like three colors, like if you have the black ability, green ability, blue ability, then obviously you can move these three trains. You just can't unlock, or you can't use any other ability except the black one, which is stock market. And the stock market, uh, in simple terms, your co-op players can also participate in the stock market, but you don't have to. But whoever owns this ability has the ability to use or open up the stock market. And competition. The stock market, like in real life, has competition. As in, other people can, or other, it's like a, yeah, you basically buy some stocks from the company. So let's just say Costco. You buy some stocks, and this is simple terms. You own a small tiny little portion of their company. So when their stocks go up in like high demand, so like when their demand gets high, and or yeah, when their product demand gets high, they raise the stock. They oh my gosh, they raise the stock price. So therefore, your little portion that you bought for each stock. So let's say their stock is one or five. Okay, Costco. On simple terms, each one of the stocks is $5. Even though that's obviously not in reality, because their stocks will be way higher than $5, but their one stock will be $5. You buy a small portion, so you buy two of their stocks. So you have two stocks that have $5 each stock. If you sell the stocks, you only get $5 back. Like you don't really, like you don't really win or lose. You just get the amount. Um, you don't win or lose any of the money because you bought the $5 for each stock, and you sell it, and you get $5 back. So let's say their stock goes up by five more bucks. So each stock is $10. So you bought it for five, and let's say their stock goes up by five. So each stock now is $10. You sell one of your stocks, and you get $5 back because you bought it for five, and you sold it for 10 because their stock prices went up, and so now you profit 5 whole bucks. This happens obviously under other companies. So let's say Nike, let's say each stock is $20, and then they go up by $10. So if you if you buy two stocks, each is 20, so that's $40 gone from your pocket. Then each individual stock goes up by $10. So then now each stock is 30. You sell both of those stocks, and now each stock is 30. So stock 1 is 30, stock 2 is 30. You sell both, you profit $20 back because, oh no. The point I'm trying to make is that you open up a whole stock market and your team members can participate in it. Purple. Teleportation scheme. That's the name. Teleportation scheme. Just like these green tiles are connecting from one station to the other, as long as your purple tiles specifically are connecting to each station, you can teleport. You have up to 3 teleportations. Let's just say these green tiles are purple. I'm gonna start on station 6 and give a visualization. I have 3 teleportations. I can do 1 to station 12 star. That's 1 teleportation, and you have 3 max. You don't have to use all 3, but it's part of your ability. So let's say I want to go back to station 6 square, that's 2, that's your second teleportation. Then I go to a station 10 square, that's my third one. So let's say I use all three teleportations, and I want to end, and I have to end my turn for purple. I roll a 1d6. I rolled a 4 in this case, so therefore it just works. I just do like my 4 normal moves. And even if you don't use all your teleportations, you still roll a 1d6. So that's how each ability works. And I try to explain this as the best as I can, because this game is mind-boggling. And like when I used to like test this game with my personal community, my personal friends, even I would struggle to explain this game from scratch. So yeah, each game you play, you're gonna have to like learn it, memorize, because even though I have all these instructions, I had to put visuals in my instructions on station setup, tile placement, where the station goes, where the resource pool goes. So yeah, when this game releases to the public, each instruction will have visuals, because this game, each person to learn needs to visually learn it. Well, actually, that's just the human nature to visually learn things. So yeah, I take this game like on a serious level in terms of explaining it as best as I can, just because how difficult it can get to learn it. So now I shall carry on with player 3 Wednesday. So after I randomized the people, and now I'm going to do my resource cards. This time I only need resource colors black and green. So I only have 2 blacks, 1 green. I'm going to get rid of orange and blue because I don't need these colors, which is 2 oranges and 2 blues.
I'm gonna look at the pool. The pool has 2 blacks, 3 oranges, and 1 blue. And to be honest, I don't really need the black rails, but I can turn them in for the tiles. So I'm gonna mostly want to prioritize in getting green tiles to continue this line of green rails. I'm gonna pull from the stack of resource cards to hopefully get green. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like I only have 1 green, 1 green tile, and 2 black resources for 2 black tiles. And then I'm going to turn in my 2 bridge cards. And just place them wherever to access them. Okay. Now I'm going to just place this here. Let's see, you know what I'm gonna do, because 4 is like filling up what I'm gonna do is, oh, I can't do that. So yeah, I'll just keep it here for now. And I'm going to roll my 2d10s to roll for my green silver train. I rolled a 14. 9 and a 5. On station 10. Pick up all 3. 2 X's, 1 star. Now I am to move 1 space to the left, drop off this star. From station 12, there's nothing there. Move back to station 2, 1 star. Drop these 2 X's. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Barely making it to station 6. Oh no. I have 14 moves. Never mind. 13, picking up all 4 of these squares. And then just storing it in my green subway train. Now it is Thursday. Same thing. Eight. Okay, cool. I messed this up. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Now I shall randomize these 8 subway people. Station 4 is starting to look devastating, I guess. Yeah, there's a lot of squares. Okay. This time, I'm gonna do the resource cards for player 4 Thursday. This time they only need tiles purple and green. Okay, I have 4 purple, 1 green. I'm gonna get rid of these 2 blue rail resources and black rail resources and replace it with 3 randoms. In this case, this is really good because now I have 3 green subway and 5 purple rail. I'm going to turn in these 5 purple rails for 5 physical purple tiles. And then player 4, I'm going to multiply. I am going to multiply these 3 green subway resources for 6 green rails. Place down these greens to match it up with 4. And then what I could do actually is also turn in my 2 bridge cards for 2 bridge tiles once again. I'm gonna place them here actually to make it more simple. So once that is done, I did all my resource cards. Now I shall roll these 2d10s to move my green subway train. I got a good 16. So 4 is suffering. I'm gonna grab from the 6 square station and move toward 4x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Drop these 2 x's off. Pick up all 4 of these squares, and then move 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. 6x. Drop these off. And then 14, 15, 16. I'm not gonna be able to make it, but I'm close. So that's the end of my player 4 Thursday turn. Now it'll be Friday, back to player 1. Once again, the cycle begins. Okay. 2. Oh wait, 2. Back to station 4. I rolled a 3, but it goes to station 12. Okay, back to player 1. I'm gonna do my resources. I have no resources. So I'm gonna first fill it up. Before you take away 4 to replace it with the resources you need, you just pull 8, or let's say in this case, if I had 2 resource rails or resources from last player 1's turn, then I just fill it up back to 8 with the randoms. Okay, and then I look at what I have. So for in this instance, I only need blue and green. So anything else, I have to just discard it. Okay, now I can discard up to 4 cards I don't need, and I should just get more blues. So I have 1 green, 3 black subway rail or subway resources. So I'm gonna get 1 blue from the pool, and then replace it with 6, 7, 8. Just 3 green and 1 blue. So, or 2 green and 1 blue. So 2 green tiles, then 1 blue tile. Place on there. Yeah. Okay. Now I shall just move my green train once again. I was 17. That's pretty good actually. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Grab all 4 of these station 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Drop these off. Station 6. I'm gonna pick up just these 2 squares, or X's. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Drop this off. 13, 14. 15. Crap. I forgot. So I wasn't carrying anything on the way to station 4. So I can just drop these off. From station 4, I went back to station 6, picked it up, dropped it off. Okay, whatever. My mistake. This game is like either too stimulating or just too boring. It's one or the other. From station 12, I'll just pick these 3 up and just hold it, and this time I won't forget. Okay. Friday, or no, I still have another roll for blue. I rolled a 13. Okay. Station 10. I can just drop off. So 1, 2. Drop off. And that's it. Now it's Saturday, player 2. Okay. Same. once again, randomize. 4, 3, 5, 1, 1, 2, bounce over. 2, bounce over. 4, safe. 1, 1. Okay. Now that that's randomized, player 2, same. I'm going to just, even though I have three black resource cards, I can just fill up back to 8 resource cards in total. 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I can get rid of up to 4 cards that I don't need, which I can just get rid of all 4 of these black subway resources, and this time I would just get orange because that's what I need. So I'm gonna get 3 of these oranges from the resource pool of 6, and then replace it back. And then get 1 random. So I will turn these orange rails, 3 orange rails for, or 3 orange resources for 3 orange rails. And then 4 green subway resources for 4 green subway rails. Okay. Now I'm going to break apart these orange rails. And I'm going, and by the way, each player, before they roll their subway, you can break and replace as many bridges as you like. There's no limit of how many bridges you can break and replace. So I'm just gonna do like 2. Matter of fact, I might just low-key just fill in the rest of this river. Just get it a little bit. Okay. And then yeah, that'll make it so much more easier. Oh, that's right, one color turn. So I mean, number 4 is chilling anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then now that I've done that, I shall roll the 2d10s. I got a 10. So I'm going to grab, player, okay, player 3, player 2. I did player 1, oh, that's right, Saturday, player 2, okay, yes. Perfect, okay. I rolled a 10, I'm gonna grab 1 X from station 12. 1.
1, 2, drop these off, pick this up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, drop this off, station 6, pick all these up, all these up, and then just place them right here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Try to get closer to station 2. Okay. Player 2 Saturday's over. Sunday, the last day, which is going to be player 3 using the black subway train and the green subway train. These are just only stars. Okay. Roll the 1d6. 1d6. 3. 1, 2, 3. 4. 6. 6. Oh my gosh, dude. Come on, give me something else. 2. 3. Okay. That's just insane. Okay. So, okay. Now I can do my resources, that's right. So fill up back to okay. Fill it back to 8. 4, 6, 7, 8. Get rid of what I don't need. 3 purples and an orange. Get what I do need. I should probably just get these greens. 5, 6. Seven, 8. Let me turn these 3 green subway resources for 3 green tiles. And I'll just keep them this time. And then just 1 black subway resource for 1 black subway rail. Now I shall roll my green train. I only rolled a 7. That's really unfortunate, but since I'm already on the way to station 2 and I have 4 X's, I can just drop them off. So 1, 2, 3. Drop these off. 2, 3. Pick up these station 2. 4, 5. Wait, no. I'm supposed to keep them.
or 5, 6, and then go back to 10, 7. Then I'm going to pick up these 3 stars and just store them once again in my train. So that's the end of my turn officially. And it's Monday. Monday, week 2. We have successfully survived week 1. What happens right after this? From the return tile, we grab the entire stack. We count up, and this is basically our record of week 1 of how many station people we successfully returned to the stations. You have to count them up, record it next to week 1 total, which is on your week sheet. Okay. Successfully have returned 43 of these subway people to their stations. Put that stack back, and then now next step is, so week 2, or yeah, this is the, if you can see, this is what it's supposed to look like. I don't have specific papers to keep track of what week and day you're on, and specific sheets to track how much people you've successfully returned to each station. So a notebook would have to be used for the current moment. This game is official. There's no more changes. There's no more like add-ons, takeaways, all that stuff. This is it. This is the official game. All I need to do left is obviously share how to play with those who will be interested in a game like this. So far on my journey to board games, I already found my community. I just need like, I guess, to make the money and one day manufacture it. Other than that yap, I will then explain what to do next. So after you count up the people that you returned, then you shall then you can do the Subway Market Monday. This is what I've been talking about. Since player 4 is the next turn, so like after everyone chooses from the Subway Market, player 4 will then continue their turn, because the last turn on Sunday last week was player 3, so player 4 will start with Monday. Player 4 can choose either three different abilities flipped over, flip over 3 subway abilities, different colors, and choose one of the 3 options, or the buffers. However, when you commit to an option, if you flip over 3 abilities, you're like, I don't need those abilities, or I already have those colors, you cannot choose from the buffers because you already chose. So it's like, it's like you gotta commit to this decision. There's no second guessings. So let's just say purple did choose another ability, and it already has one purple, one green, but there's two blues. I'm gonna choose one blue, and that's the purple newest ability. Now they can control three. However, each turn, you can only roll two times for two different abilities. So if I roll two d10s to roll my subway train blue, then that would be a roll for blue. And if I, let's say, roll for purple, let's say I have purple tiles down, and I roll for purple for my second roll, then that's your second roll for second train. You cannot do you cannot do three or more rolls for three different trains. It's just two each turn. Now, that being said, this is chosen. This goes discard. The beginning of each thing, or each week, the Subway Market Monday always resets on the buffers. So, and both trains. So you get to shuffle the cards. So player one's turn to choose from Subway Market Monday, and they want to do buffers this time. So you got three options: Capacity +6, Happy Holiday, or Station Square +5 capacity. I will explain these three right here. Capacity +6. There's three total different capacities for your subway train. There's capacity +2, 4, 6. These go on your trains only to increase your train capacity, because you start with 4 for each individual train. So let's say I did choose capacity +6, and during my turn is when I can use or put this capacity +6 on one of my subway trains. So let's say on my turn on Tuesday, when it does become my turn, I place it on my green subway train. Therefore, it goes from +4 capacity to a total of +10 capacity. And I cannot trade it, I cannot transfer it, I can't do any take backs. Once it's on the train, it's there. It cannot be changed. Each individual train, however, can have up to 5 capacity buffers. So I can have like 2 plus 4 capacity buffers, 1 plus 6, and like 2 plus 2 capacity buffers. So that'd be 6, 10, 14, 18, 22. So I can do like 22 plus 4, that's 26. So I can have like 26 total capacity, because I have the +4 in the beginning, and then my 5 total plus 5, my 5 total different capacities for my one train. So that this train has the buffers, but these other trains, the other players, don't share my capacity, because it's on my train, but on their turn it's still +4 or whatever different number. So we don't merge capacities together. Happy Holiday. As you know, each week gets progressively harder, with an increased number of randomizing these people to each of these stations. Week 1 was +8. Week 4 is +14. So if you survive that long, instead of randomizing 8 people each individual turn, for week 4 is going to be 14 people
for each individual turn. So let's say your station's filling up, and the max capacity is obviously 10 for each station. However, if it gets to like 10, and you're like, oh shoot, if I land on that spot, we're gonna lose the game because the stations are filling up. You can play this card during your turn only your turn, and you can prevent this for one turn. So you can be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna skip out on randomizing these people for my turn, so I can spend more time to maximize my move count and try to get rid of as much as possible for the next person to randomize the stations. It wouldn't be so bad. The station square plus 5 capacity, there's a total of 6. There's station X plus 5, station circle plus 5, station square plus 5, station rhombus plus 5, station triangle plus 5, station star plus 5. Each of these go on each individual station. Station square can only be placed on stations that have the square symbol on it. So let's just say 12 and 10 have square. Let's just say both of them have square. Then you can place this either on this one or this one, whichever one it goes to. Instead of this one being 10, oh no, the example's right here. Station square, station 6 square, station 10 square. I can either choose if I want to place it here or here, whichever one it goes to. Let's say I place it on 6. Instead of being 10, it would be 15. So when this station fills up past 10, it will be safe because the max capacity is 15. So the moment the people fill up and it's 15, you're safe. The moment it's 16 plus, you lose the game. But this still means that these two other capacities are still 10. And the moment it still reaches 11 plus, you still lose. So I think it would be best if I just chose the plus 6 capacity. And then for player 2, I'm going to choose buffers. Oh yeah, these, whatever you don't choose, they just get discarded. And then you have to pull 3 new. So I have station X plus 5, capacity, capacity plus 2 for my subway train, station X plus 5 capacity for my station, station ROM is plus 5 for my stations, which I don't have yet. So, matter of fact, I'll just do plus 2 for my subway train. And then, as for player 3 with the stock market, black colored train and green, it cannot be used because if you have this ability, the what do you call it? The black subway train, to unlock the stock market ability, this cannot access the subway market Monday. However, when you contribute or when you participate to the stock market, you could win those stocks between because each individual different stock is one type of company, I guess you could say. Like there's the blue subway plus 5 capacity company, so forth with the color. The plus 2, plus 4, plus 6 subway capacity is 3 different companies in this case, in this game. So obviously in another type of video I'm gonna have to explain it. So whoever owns this ability, the black subway train ability, you cannot access in the Monday market. So now that everything's been chosen, it is time for station setup. Week 2 plus 2 stations. Week 2 plus 10 people this time instead of 8.
So I'm gonna randomly choose 2. Station 14. Oh no, sorry. Station 3 star. Station 14 triangle. Okay. So stations 3 star. And then station 14 triangle. Okay. How this works. From least to greatest, it's gonna be 3 star, and we're gonna randomize these stations. This particular station. Once again, from week 1, this happens at every station, but left to right, up to down. So the first rule is that's absolutely devastating. By the way, because I rolled a 20 in total. So 1, all the way this side. The right side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I rolled another 10, another 10. So now I'm gonna roll the second roll down. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but I rolled a 16, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 16. And then once again, 17, left to right, roll once again to roll down, which I rolled a 14. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now these station tiles right here. Since I have a station 3, this will be moved up. It's going to be station 2, station 3, station 4. And these triangles moved to station 6, so that's where it was. And then station 2 is where had 1 star. Station 14 will go on the very end because least to greatest, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14. Now it is time for player 4 to take their Monday turn. So now player 4 can access purple, green, and blue per turn. Pretty good. So I'm gonna roll. Oh, yeah, that's right. Now I'm going to mix up the discard because now I can access those same cards. This time, the only subway person I have to discard is rhombuses. I mean, and circles. Right? Yeah, and circles. So 1, 2. But triangles, I can now access. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. This time, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total stations. So I'll be using a 1 dice of 6 and a 1 dice of 2. When this game releases, and there's going to be a station dice count, so you can visually see what each station would look like, what each station number, and how much dice to roll and what dice to roll for each station count, or to randomize these people. Like I said, every single thing I'm talking about has its own rule sheet with its own visuals. So yeah, I try to make it as understandable as possible. There's going to be so much instruction, but it's gonna be worth it. So yeah, so 2. Oh, that's right. From left to right, 1, 2, 3 is like gonna be the starting rolls. Roll to 5. 6. 1, bounce over. Oh wait, yeah, bounce over. 7. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bounce over 8, but the same symbol, so I have to bounce over again. My last one. 4. Okay. Monday, player 4, week 2. Okay, also the resource pool and the resource cards reset. So real quick, I'm gonna have to reshuffle all these cards. Get my 8 back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, this is perfect because now that I have the blue ability, I can now turn in the blue rails because I own the same color. So I'm going to turn in 3 blue resources for 3 blue rails. And now that it's a fresh new week, all of the abilities reset. So now I can each fresh week is an opportunity to use my abilities again. Once a week. And then I'm gonna get my first purple rail. Of the week. And then turn in my 4 green resources for 3 green tiles. Okay. So now I can now move my subway trains. So first roll, I got a 14. Matter of fact, I should just use for my green one. And actually, I'm just gonna place these. Also place these blue tiles down to hopefully make it to 6. So I rolled a 14. And I'm gonna be rolling my green one first, which I'm right next to station 10. I'm gonna pick up all. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna pick up these 3 people. 1. Drop these 2 stars off. Station 12. Pick up this X. 2, 3. Drop these 2 X's off. Pick up from station 2. 4, 5. And then 6. And I'm just gonna stay here because my next player's turn I can just drop off these X's and squares. Okay. So now that I have blue, I can just roll for blue too, and I have 6. Okay, that's fine. 2 has nothing. 10 has triangle, which I can't access because triangle is like way over here. And then 6 I can't even access yet, so therefore my turn is done. Now it is Tuesday. Player 1's turn. Same. Randomize the people. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Roll the dice of 6 and dice of 2. First things first, got 6. 6 again. 2. 3. Roll over. Got a 7, so very end. 7 once again. Got an 8. Transfer over. Got a 6. Transfer over. And then lastly, got a 1. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 black subway resources. So I'm gonna go 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna get rid of the cards I don't need, which I don't need these for. And then I'm gonna pick up from the pool. I'm gonna pick up this blue subway rail or resource, and then get 3 randoms. Okay. Turn in this 2 resource rails for 2 blues, and then 1 green for 1 green. Okay, I'm gonna place these 2 blues down so that at some point purple can access them. And then I'm going to break and replace these green rails to officially access Station 4. Yeah, that's gonna be double strat, and then I'm gonna roll for blue and green. So I'm just gonna use blue now because I only rolled a 5, which is unfortunate, but it's still fine. I'm gonna go 1. Okay. 1. Drop these two. Oh wait, what did I move? No, I didn't move. Drop these 2 squares off at 10. Pick up from 10. These 2. So 1. Drop up these 2 X's. Max is seeing station 2. I can't really do nothing now, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up nothing from station 12 and just drop this off. Okay. Now, oh yeah, and put my +6 capacity on my subway train for green. So this time instead of 4, it's going to be 10. And now when player 3 goes, or actually not right now, but in a more, so let's say this green, player 3's green is still 4, while players 2, 3, and 4 has the same 4 plus 4 starting capacity, but players 1 has 10 because they have a separate capacity. Like I said, capacities don't merge, they don't mix. You can't transfer it, you can't trade, you can't receive or give. So that's basically it. And then hope you understood what I've shown in today's video, which is August 4, 2026, and basically so yeah, that's basically it for today's video. I'll be making quite a lot because I'm gonna have to do close-up gameplay so that as the viewers, you guys can understand. And yeah, and if you didn't watch the other video, my name is Ethan. That's all for this particular video, and peace out.